are we going to go? Come on, Dave, give me a slipstream, please. Thank you very much. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to a brand new video, where today we return with the all-new start of 2023 Season 2 here on iRacing. We're kicking off this championship in the Renault Clio Cup cars, and I've got my clickbaity title sorted for the first race of the video. We are going to be racing fellow content creator Dave Cam. Just actually, funny enough, having a bit of a conversation about just how weird the brakes feel on this car as well. But yeah, if you're new around here, make sure you get yourself subscribed. Let's get into it. Starting from the back, I'm going to be starting from the back in all of the Clio Cup races I do this season, of course, because I just seem to get wrecked so often in the Toyota Cup. I thought we'll try it differently here. I'm also the number 18 car, so we're probably going to be kicking around at the back. Right, let's do this thing. First race, 2023 Season 2, Spa-Francorchamps, Clio Cup, 6 laps ahead of us.
Go, go, go.
It's lights out and away we go. Luckily, this thing does certainly not need launch control, as someone hasn't gone. That's always helpful at the start of one of these races there, but it will give us a couple of spots as we head down in towards turn 1. Like I said, finding the brakes incredibly sensitive on this thing as well. There's more carnage and chaos through the first corner. Just going to try and not get squeezed out there, as well, I had planned on starting at the back of the field trying to avoid a lot of the action early on. As I was getting a mega run down the hill. There's even more carnage going on over on the left as we head in towards Eau Rouge and Radion. Someone's taking the pit lane as we head up through Eau Rouge. I don't know why this guy's slowing down, but we'll try and have a look to the outside.
Still there.
And well, it's certainly been quite a chaotic start then here at Spa-Francorchamps. We've now got the number 9 car getting a bit of a run as we head down the back straight. But like I said, of course, the tyres and the brakes just get so cold in this car so quickly. So as we head up at the end of the Camel Strike, I'm just going to take it very, very easy. You can see squeaking away, but yeah, not too worried about losing that spot. I mean, he's got a little bit more iRating than me, but so does everyone in this lobby here today. But of course, you know, just want to try and make it through these races, have a bit of fun in these Clio Cup cars. Like I said, 15-minute races, basically fixed setups. You do get to change the rear brake pressure, or the... I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. I've spent so much time looking at it, and now I can't suddenly remember what exactly it is called. There we go, yeah, the rear brake valve. Definitely for Spa, 40 is the way to go. It wouldn't surprise me if it's the same throughout most of this season, to be completely honest. But, yeah, to be honest... Whoa. A little bit of understeer there. Struggling to get to grips with this car to pick up our first 1x of the season. Not as badly as the number 9 just in front of us, as we'll try to look down around the outside. He's going to give me a big old squeeze. I don't think we're going to be able to find the run around the outside there. But yeah, these cars, of course, should provide, you know, some good close racing, of course, as long as you make it through that lap 1, as well. Again, you can just see getting a bit of a squeeze down in towards the final couple of turns of Sector 2. Just don't know how strong the slipstream is going to be in them either, so this should be a good chance to find out as we head back up the hill in towards the final couple of turns. Of course, Blanchimont completely flat out in the clear air, but whether it will be when you're tucked up behind someone else, I mean, I don't think slipstream, you know, I don't think dirty air is going to be a particularly big thing in these cars, of course, just because they're so slow. And yeah, definitely it's not there. It's almost approaching 125 miles an hour down in towards the bus stop. 200 clicks. Try and have a look around the outside. Like I said, so easy to lock up those brakes, as you can see someone else rejoining. Almost 3 wide there, I think, through the final corner. And I've gone around the outside of a car that I didn't even know I was battling. That is rather impressive at the final turn. Where are we at the end of lap 1? We are P8. I've made 10 places up on that opening lap, but I'm the lowest ranked car here and near enough a 3k SOF. I am going to go backwards throughout most of the rest of this race. I've got to try and stay in the slipstream of a Guitz, but I don't fancy my chances. We go already. Danny getting a nice run on me as we head up the back straight. Like I said, you know, fixed setups. I can't do anything with the top end speed at all, but it just seemed like everyone else around me, of course, tucked up in that slipstream. I imagine with this car it's probably not effective from particularly far back. It will work really well when you're there, but yeah, probably won't be that effective when you're a little bit further back. There is another puff of smoke coming up there. Just wonder whether someone else has been involved in an incident. Of course, it is very, very tight-knit racing in these cars, so incidents will be quite a common thing there, but yeah, not really too sure what I can do against a guy with nearly twice my I rating, slide the car in there on the rear axle. That's when that rear brake valve really does come in clutch, of course, because it changes the way the pressure works. Basically what happens is, obviously, the rear brakes can only go to so much pressure, but then once they achieve that point, they then start sending more of the brake bias to the fronts. So, of course, the front tyres, well, none of the tyres have ABS. But yeah, I'm really trying to brake this thing on the rear end as much as possible, hence why I've upped that brake bias so the threshold's higher. But, you know, very, very technical to start the new season. But yeah, I think it's just the way to go because, like I said, you know, the front brakes on this thing are so sensitive, you can just even look at them and they'll try and lock up on you sometimes, it feels like. Still quite a battle going on just in front of me. Yeah, this is going to be a battle for about 5th place then in this race, so if we can get a bit closer that would be rather nice. But starting lap 3 of 6, of course, it is bizarre just to be doing a 6-lap race on iRacing, you know, unless it's like Nords or Le Mans, but I guess it is what it is. You know, I made my point clear, I made my case last week, of course, when I test drove this car after we got the provisional calendar, that I think, you know, it should have been taken to a lot smaller circuits on the sim, but, you know, it is what it is. I'm only one boy, I can only do so much here on iRacing. There you can see 3 wide up the road. This is what is probably quite a common sight throughout the entirety of this Renault Cup Series this year, but you can see David behind, getting quite a good run on me, and even Dave Cam's behind me. I was not expecting that, so I might have to defend from him a bit later on in the race. But yeah, this guy trying it, but actually not particularly brave on the brakes there. But there is still, yeah, battles going on everywhere at the moment. Are we going to be able to try and capitalise on these cars fighting up the road? Are we now going to see David get a run as we head down the hill? Again, he looks for it, and again, we'll just about get the brakes slowed down around the outside there. Of course, you open up that radius into the corner, which means you can carry that little bit more speed. So, of course, just got to be really gentle with the tyres. We've got yellow flags out. Someone else is in trouble. I don't know who, though. I can't see anything in front of me. So there might have been someone that's gone off behind. Of course, we'll have a look through the incident report after the race. But, yeah, let's just see if there's any more spots we can try and pick up at the moment. Oh, this does not bode well. 3 wide on the run up towards Blanchimont. One of you's going to have to lift that at least there. And I think, to be honest, Lucas hasn't got the run. They're still going to be side by side just in front of him. But, yeah, we've kind of got a lot of the cars that were very, very quick that got involved in the incident at turn 1 there behind us. And a lot of the cars that aren't so quick that didn't get involved in the incident in front of us there, as you can see, just how aggressively they're all looking, try and find some room into this bus stop chicane, which again, just going to try and sit back for now and sort of see what happens. But of course, you know, this is Clio's, you got to get stuck in at some point in these races. You know, they're designed to take a little bit of, you know, beating and banging, all that sort of thing. I'm pretty certain they've got the same instant threshold as the touring cars. Of course, you know, sometimes you'll only get a 1x for contact or a 2x, that sort of thing, rather than it being a 4 like you get in, say, the GT3 cars or the open wheelers. I mean, if you get contact in the open wheelers, that's your day over, but you know what I mean. As we head back down the hill, though, really are struggling to get the speed out of this thing, and I'm just changing up at the wrong point. I mean, look at that! Where's he come from? Down on the outside in towards Eau Rouge, or a little bit of door banging. We'll keep it clean, we'll keep it side by side there, and this is going to allow Dave down the middle. We've just got to hold it on the white line. 3 wide as we head up the straight, and there's another one trying to come through as well. Where are we going to go? Come on, Dave, give me a slipstream, please. Thank you very much. Oh, brilliant little racing here at Spa-Francorchamps. Just make sure we're easy on the brakes there, as Dave going to try and muscle and defend from Richards. We're just not quite going to be in the right place there. We'll slot back in, and we will try and pick and choose another battle very soon. There is a big puff of smoke up the road. I think someone's gone flying. Or spinning even, I should say. Yep, another one goes round there. Luckily, of course, front wheel drives, you just point it where you want to go and absolutely mash the throttle again, and I think he's been able to keep it going. But this race is still far from over. There is plenty more that will go down here. 5 minutes left of this race. 2 more laps after this one. Come on, we can do this. 10th place then, as we head onto the penultimate lap. That was late on the brakes, though. That might cost me. Oh, just panicked a little bit there. Car in front of me, I think, broke slightly early. I broke definitely too late. And then, of course, it's just that mental thing about trying to make sure that you don't snag those brakes. And now I've dropped back slightly. Of course, they might still, you know, battle it out. There's still 4 cars there scrapping as side by side again. Up for a Rouge and Rally on they'll go. But I'm going to need a bit of a lifeline if I want to get close. And we've still got some very, very fast cars behind me.
the gap to Garrido behind is now 1.3.
Look at this though, up the Kemmel straight, 3 wide, they're almost going to be 4 wide there, as you can see Richard at the back, like a puppy trying to find an opportunity somewhere in that group, you know, wants to try and pick up the places wherever possible there, as I think that was Lucas again, just wrong place at the wrong time for him. Oh, there's contact, there's definitely some door banging going on. Will we be able to capitalise as we head down the hill once again there? Lucas definitely, as well, at least from what I've seen, not had the luck of the draw so far this afternoon, and immediately there you can just see how one mistake can throw you back, and then immediately you're chucked straight back into the action. Oh, that's a really annoying second off track.
Keep it nice and tidy.
So you got the 1 for contact and then the 2 off tracks down through Pouon. We need to try and keep the instant count low. It's really something I know I always say it, but something I really do want to work on more consistently this season there as well. Where on earth is Richard going? That might just take this one group of cars into 2 as soon as I talk about the incidents. Oh, look at that, Richard really trying to defend from Lucas. So we head down in towards Stavolo. Don't think we can really do anything just yet. Might try and give Lucas, you know, a little bit of a helping push, if you will. You know, bring him forward, bring him back towards the little rear wing of the orange car just in front of him. But just over 1 more lap to go here from Spa. We've still got 1.3 seconds to Albert behind us. Of course, we can afford to drop another place and still potentially net gain iRacing from this event, which should obviously be quite a nice way to start the new campaign. Now, I'm not actually going to look for a move on Lucas, to be honest. I just wanted the shortest line. Or someone locked up slightly, but they get away with it. I think we're all locking up slightly. Maybe these Pirelli tyres, or sorry, Michelin tyres even, are just starting to go away there. You know, so used to Formula 1 still at the end of the day. But here goes Lucas then to the outside of Richard. Back down towards turn 1. Richard's going to swoop back in just to like cover off there, but running very deep into the corner. We just got to try and get the car down in towards the apex. See again, Richard, of course, what he'll do is he'll cut off Lucas slightly, because these are front wheel drives. You can cut off the run quite effectively if you shallow up the other driver's angle off the corner. As you can just see there, everyone else winding their way up for a Rouge and Rally. On will Lucas, they'll be able to time the run and potentially get the speed there. Will we be able to do anything from a little bit further back? We're still just watching at the moment. We've still got Albert, of course, behind us, trying to close in, and you know, he's not out of it just yet. If these two go side by side, which it looks like they're probably going to, Lucas to the outside of Richard on the final lap here at Spa. Is he going to be able to get on the brakes later, or will Richard be able to defend this one? Lucas very late now. Richard spots it and will try and slide his car in towards the apex. They're going to bang doors again for the second time in 2 laps, and again I'm just left with nowhere to go off of the corner. Are we going to see anything as we head down the hill? Again, Lucas going to try and have a look down around the outside there, but he might not get an opportunity, and all this is doing, of course, these two are holding me up, and then we've got other cars behind. They'll obviously last lap take any opportunity they possibly can get there. Way too much curb. As we'll try and get the run down the hill, but again not going to be able to do anything with it. You know, maybe track limits have slightly gone out the window late on in the day here, but down in towards Pouon for the final time then. Nick back curbing on the inside there. David again running very wide. That will allow Lucas, sorry, Richard even running wide, will allow Lucas an opportunity there. Gets all over that high curb, and I tell you what, that curb is not fun on this sim there. Lucas sends it in towards the next corner there. You can see the rear tyres struggling to keep up through the next turn, and I think we've just got to try and get a good run out of Stavolo. We'll try and give him a little bit of a push. He's going to have a look to the inside. Oh, there's contact. Oh, Lucas has, I think, been sent to the shadow realm. I've got a 4X for something and all of that going on, so I don't know how I've picked up that one there, as we'll try and chop off David from getting the run up the hill. Which way is Richard going to try and go? I think he's going to try and sit defensive. We've just got to try and get late on the brakes in towards the final couple of turns here. This has been a brilliant way to kickstart the new campaign. We'll give him a little bit of a bump as we head up the hill. Try and just cover off his run slightly. We'll give him another one there. Oh, there's contact coming on behind. No idea what's happened there. We'll force him have to go defensive. Whoa! Oh, I've locked up. And I think I accidentally gave him a little bit of contact as well there. I'll give up the place. Try and get back onto the road there somewhere safe. Oh, that is so frustrating right at the end. I think we just got a tiny bit of contact with him that I didn't see on my end, and we're going to lose so many places on that final lap. Still side by side up towards the line. Where did we finish in all of that?
Okay,
P14.
it's over. Well
It
done,
was
mate.
going
Good finish.
so well, but it all just went away right at the end. Let's go have a look at our final results, but quickly before that, just have a quick look at the incidents. Right, let's have a look then at our incidents from this Spa-Francorchamps circuit. There you can see riding on board with the Team FFSR Esport car there. That's a mouthful if ever I've seen one. Head to get a better start than the 16 on his inside down towards turn 1 there, but what is going to go on? Tries to get it slowed down nice. Trying to go a little bit of contact, but there's so many cars on the inside there. I'm not surprised that that one all got a little bit messy. You can see, I think that was, well, Kimi Räikkönen, Max Verstappen, Sebastian Vettel style from a few years ago at Spa. Looks like we don't get any more incidents for a few laps, though, until netcode on lap 4 there. This, is, of course, was the incident that went on in front of me, and the number 4 and the 17 just come into blows. I think, yeah, netcode definitely was probably the cruel mistress in that whole incident, but of course there is a lot more that kicks off right at the end, as we've actually come over the finish line and Augustini's gone into the back of him. That is rather impressive to crash after the race. Of course, let's quickly have a look then at what happened between Lucas and Richard just in front of us there. You can see Lucas very, very wide through the first part of Fanyas. It's going to compromise his run off the exit there. You can see he does try to move back over to the racing line. Richard gets to the inside, and yeah, again, just another little bit of contact there. And Lucas losing a handful of places as we, of course, sneak through as well there. I think he did still end up beating me, because, of course, everything that went on right towards the checkered flag. But, yeah, very, very chaotic race. I don't think we've gained any I rating, but maybe... Oh, no, I don't think we've gained any SR either. I tell you what, that is a sea of red for our first race of the new season there. Minus 0.7 SR and minus 27 I rating as well. I mean, it's Clio Cups. You're always going to get quite a lot of chaos and carnage there. But, yeah, it was actually Lucas that we were drag racing towards the checkered flag. Could have gained a lot more had I not had that small lock-up at the final corner, but I was a bit worried that we'd almost taken Richard out in the process, so I was going to give him the place back either way. Happy that I managed to get down into the 2-minute 49, so and actually a low 2:49, of course, helped along by the slipstream. But thank you all so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please do make sure to leave a like, get yourself subscribed as well, and we will be back very, very soon with more iRacing content.